Good evening and welcome to this exciting Game 3 between Fryteeth Adirondack Rick and CD Improv. First two races have brought us a lot of interesting action, especially with Game 2 and that level 9. I'm sure a lot of the people that watched that remember it very well. I'm joined by Cytown. Cytown, first off, thanks for joining me on comms. Second off, thanks for joining me in the Zero Rupee Ganon Club. What do you think's going to happen in this Game 3? You think CD Improv is going to play any differently given that she has to kind of make the move, or is she going to play her standard game and hope it works out?
I hope she goes really aggressive tonight because this is really tight on points all the way through, so it'll be exciting. And I actually had the privilege of calling that crazy level 9 in the last race.
Yeah, I got to watch a lot of that. It looked like it was really just a matter of one or two bomb walls that kind of trolled Fryteeth, who got in there first, and Rick and even CD had a little bit of a more efficient level 9, but that's kind of the way these nines go. Sometimes you got to find a staircase, sometimes you got to find the bomb wall. In this case, Fryteeth found staircases but didn't find the bomb wall.
Yeah, do everything you can to preserve resources in that 9 because there's always a couple bomb walls that decide it.
Yeah, looks like we're going to get vanilla start, so that's not too crazy place to be. Leads the runners normally the blue ring Armos first, or the death Armos as we like to call it.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice starting screen too because if you're low on money, you can use the MMG to get some resources, some funding.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios in play. Don't want to dive into it too early in this one. We'll wait until we kind of see some potential close finishes before we get into the time metrics, but I think it's average time and or really just any sort of time metric you want to use, either total or average, will get you the same number difference. But CD's got to make the play into a position of either first or second for it to really matter.
Yep, that's pretty much it. She's being smart, making sure she's got hearts heading up to that Death Armos.
So we're in an elimination game in a tournament. I know you had an elimination tournament where you were kind of at deficit against RC Drone. I had one against HGen late in the tournament. What was your mental approach when you kind of had that deficit? Do you take the game differently when you have a deficit, or do you kind of play it the same way?
I feel like a group of 3, I would be a lot more gung ho and just crazy. A one-on-one, I try to stick with what got me there. But a group of 3, there's a lot more randomness that happens because everybody's going to do a different thing.
I believe that looked like the red candle at the Death Armos on the right Armos there, and we did have a huge large secret of a 134, so we're going to get a lot of value out of that. This red candle brings some interesting choices into play. I know that that's going to open up a lot of potential spots for the wood sword.
Yeah, with wood sword blocks on, it could be at any burn bush throughout Hyrule.
Bombs aren't too far from the vanilla price. They're at 19, so with that big, large secret, I think we'll be able to afford arguably 2 packs. And that's what CD opted into. You could also opt into 1 bomb pack and hope to hit a key shop, but you could also just hit door repairs and lose a lot of it, so I don't blame her for loading up there.
Yeah, got plenty of money.
So, going back to kind of the theory here, with Rick, I guess is going to go for the heart container, not seeing the Armos yet. I think that's a solid enough play. If you hit an Armos and can't find a candle, you can still retry out of it. But are you saying it's more or less a situation where you're kind of treating it like a weekly race where you got a lot of people when you have 3 or maybe 4, as we find the power bracelet as the white sword item in the forest?
Yeah, I think so. It's when you're playing for your tournament life, it's kind of you just got to make a decision on where you think you're at right now. If you struggle in the early game, maybe you make more desperation choices, sort of Hail Marys, but it all makes sense to me. As long as the person they just kind of go for it, I'm in favor of it. Just don't second, third, fourth guess yourself. At some point, you just got to run.
Looks like we found level 1 for Fry Teeth. I think it wasn't too far out of the forest there. Looks like we have the bomb upgrade and the heart container on the floor. Normally don't like to dig dungeons before I find my wood sword, but Red Candle's kind of a different story, and level 1 is certainly small enough where you can take your chances, although Dark Nuts may prevent us from going much further.
Yeah, I agree with your sentiment there, though.
And it looks like level 9 is at the Grave Armos. And I think we also saw level 5, although, I'll be honest, I didn't quite see where that was at.
Power bracelet. White sword item.
Yep, not available at 4. This is the second time we've seen that on the restream. CD is going to get the blue candle from the Take Any One, which is not a bad play. Your chances of hitting the red candle as your Armos item are still fairly low, so without seeing it and having that available to you, I just think you take it every time. Will be interesting if she doesn't get any substantial resources. Will she opt into retrying out of it and go back to the Death Armos since it's not that far from start, or will she just go with it?
I don't think it would hurt her any if she did restart there, if she felt like it.
Yeah, if she had bought the key at that shop since it was fairly cheap,
Yeah.
I think that would probably be enough to go ahead and just run with it and not retry, but without that key purchase, you can basically afford to get all of what you've gotten so far again.
Mm-hmm. And you can just route it in at your leisure.
Yeah, I would certainly save it for a potion pickup later or something if I was going to do it that way. At least until I couldn't get the power bracelet when I wanted it.
Yeah, spot on there with that thought.
But I do think this red candle has altered the decision-making from the runners that have it thus far. It looks like both Fry Teeth and Rick are mopping up some of the forest and Candle Road checks as opposed to going open cave hunting, mostly, say, in the northeast where there's a whole bunch of them. So it may give them a chance to get to their wood sword faster, or maybe CD gets lucky and it's up in an open cave still.
How many burn bushes are there? Is it 16 in the overworld? So that would mean 16 more spots a wood sword could be at. It makes a lot of sense to just hit your most dense areas you can find.
This level 8 dig's slightly more interesting, maybe just getting some key resources and exiting, or may try and dig it further.
Yeah, maybe a hope for an item, but I wouldn't linger too long without a sword.
Looks like we have some key purchases from Rick, up to 2 keys now. I definitely think that's a strategy that not enough runners early in the tournament use, but it's kind of becoming more prominent as we go and more key struggles happen. I think that's a sign of extra bosses just making it difficult for you to pick up keys in dungeon rooms where when they aren't, when that flag isn't active, you can pick them up a little bit more quickly or efficiently.
CD took a death up near Vanilla 9. And Fry at the Armos in the forest.
Looks like the runners are going to kind of trade places here. CD's back towards start. Beginning to burn a couple of the spots with the blue candle, and meanwhile Rick has now found level 1, and Fry Teeth was going to try and go up to the open northeast caves, but unfortunately got Armosed. think if you ask me what my least favorite overworld is, it's this one. I like arenas and dungeons. I like Stalfos and dungeons because it's money.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer what I saw last night when I saw a Dark Knight Wizard Pulse voice overworld because that just makes dungeon diving a lot easier.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If you want the easiest path for your combat, you can get your rooms cleared much faster. You'll spend less time in dungeons.
Looks like Rick's going to try and reset this room in level 1 since he has the bombs to kind of take care of it. If he gets rid of the blue, it's really easy. Even with the blue, this isn't too bad. And he's going to get it cleared. It's not going to push. That's kind of rough. I would almost think you have to be able to go down in this room.
Yeah. Maybe from the starting room?
That's certainly possible as well. You could pirouette that since it's the long path in the forest. So maybe he should try that and see if that opens up for him.
I think so too.
Rick's thinking the same way. It's not down, and I'm pretty sure he came from the north, so if that's the case, it's the right room, most likely. Unless there's an old... Well, there can't be an old man directly south to start, because it's the bomb upgrade right next to him. 5, not enough. It's the full 6 for the White Sword Power Bracelet.
That's kind of where you just hit luck of the draw against Rick. That he went right instead of towards the Death Armos to start. Because if he would have done that, he would have definitely taken a heart at the takening. Kind of crazy, 11 minutes in, we don't have a sword yet. Wonder if it is at that vanilla 9.
Yeah, that potion shop is really annoying up there on Death Mountain, but if that's the case, at least you feel like most of the time you're not going to be super far behind in getting there. I feel like not a lot of runners really route that in early, even if they go up and through the grave from the Dead Woods. It's kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
So Rick gets his power bracelet now. He's at 6 hearts. I would think he's probably going to prioritize this Southern Coast given 3 bombs. It's looking like his play. And then I wonder if he's going to go towards the Lost Hills Armos first, given that the start is going to lead him towards the power bracelet spots near the desert and your start. Looks like he had already been down here since these are all open. Oh, so I had missed that. CD also finds level 1, but doesn't have the resources that the other runners have as far as the red candle, so it's not as easy to clear some of the rooms.
Rick was being really smart and productive on the coast here, making sure that the enemies that he was killing, he did it in a particular order for global drops. He didn't get a bomb drop out of it, but he gave himself an opportunity for a bomb drop out of it.
This is one of those rare seeds where Blue Ring actually would make some sense given how much money we have. Usually, I'd much rather burn it all on keys, arrows, and bait, and just kind of worry about playing safer with my defense, but given that you have 38 for your medium and 130 plus as your large, you can actually afford it.
Yeah, and on top of that even, there's a money-making game at the start screen, so you can get money. Money should never be an issue for any of the runners this seed. As long as they have 1 rupee when they get the game, then they'll be fine.
Right Teeth may be heading in that direction. I'm not sure what all he's cleared. Here's where level 5 was. It was in the grave. The open cave. So that'll be a nice Triforce to get, especially if you get the recorder, since level 9 is literally 1 screen left of level 5.
I'm hoping Fry would not spend too much time in here.
It's unfortunate he used the bomb to the left since that was an easy pirouette. I don't blame him for ignoring the pirouette from the forgotten spot. I would definitely not spend much time in here anymore, given what I see now, though. A triple segment level 5 is kind of a hard nope, and whiz robes. The nope's getting worse.
Yeah, just terrible. Terrible combination. Oh.
I mean, the odds that this is a transport are like a billion at this point.
This will be the white sword now. Or nothing.
Nope. Nada. Alright. Attempt 2. Almost certainly this time, right? Yeah, this has got to be a staircase.
It'll be the white sword now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna keep saying that now. That way, in 48 minutes when somebody finds it, I can be like, haha, I was right the whole time.
Oh, that's a fun room to go into. And that's enough to nope it. Yeah, Rick has opted against arrows. I think at his money, he's probably thinking the blue ring, just again, because even beyond just the medium and the large secret, we're talking about 18 for the small, so you're getting north of 60 rupees out of all your small secrets as well.
Yeah, for sure. And, or maybe even once he dives one, well, he could get the bomb upgrade too, but not now.
Yeah, I almost would prefer the bomb upgrade still, just because we're at Red Candle. It gives us enough production in dungeons to be willing to dive it. If you get a bomb upgrade that's, say, a +5 or +6, you're up to 13 or 14. You can actually think about using it for combat to get through some of the rooms that have dark nuts or something in them.
Sure.
Alright, looks like Fry Teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fry Teeth taking the key again. Don't blame anybody for taking keys from shops, especially at 61 rupees. It's not a very expensive proposition.
Nope. And again, they need to treat this seed like money doesn't matter.
Yeah, Fry Teeth was getting
flagrant with it. Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah, Fry Teeth was getting punted around there, but got punted directly into the doorway at least before taking the death as he came back out of it. Fry Teeth taking a couple interesting deaths so far, but really is not costing him too much time. I mean, this death was literally a couple screens from start. Did kind of hurt a little bit in the northeast, just because it caused him to have to walk a good distance, but
yep.
It's still not awful. Looks like we're now going to knock out the power bracelet spot nearest to start for a potion shop. Still got several left to check. I think he was in the northeast, so I'm going to assume that he had checked that one as well.
I think I'm going to get convinced that the sword is up at Vanilla 9. Medicine check.
Yeah, seems pretty likely at this point. And I'm looking at Fry Teeth, and he was at 255 and is now back down to 213. I know he bought a pack of bombs. Probably got door repaired somewhere in there as well.
Yep. Right there at the dead end, the bomb spot. Oh! Okay, it's just under Vanilla 7. Burn bush.
Yep, that nice 100 secret is now the Wood Sword Cave. It looks like CD's probably on the way to getting that check taken care of. She's going to have to survive Death Armos and get a red candle. But that will definitely tell her that there's a good chance that the Dead Woods has a chance to have her wood sword, so would think that would be next in the routing, assuming she survives the screen. With P-Hats and just a couple of Armos, though, it shouldn't be awful to get off the screen. So where does Fryteeth go now that he's got the wood sword, the red candle, and has white sword knowledge?
You go straight to 1. You can
That
also
was
buy
kind of
one upgrade there.
yeah, that was kind of my thought. As we find level 2 on Rick's side again, wasn't sure exactly where he was in the overworld at this point.
Up by 9. One of the bomb spots.
He's using the dark nut pattern to try and take care of some of the dark nuts while kind of opening up the bomb walls. Fortunately, didn't get any of them taken care of that time, so not going to be able to use that damage to his benefit, but does find the bomb wall and can go east in this dungeon. Hopefully that map is not in that first room.
CD with the sword.
Ooh, we have a segmented level 2. That's actually good then that Rick decided to clear that room.
Yeah, in that case, if you cleared it, oh, I guess it's got bubbles in it. If you clear a tough room and you find out 2 as a segment, I would always take the staircase and find out what's on the other side. But with levels, obviously, it's not as important.
Looks like he's only one room away from where the Triforce is. I think the bomb wall is going to be required to get to it. But he does know that that will open, so I think at minimum it's going to make him less interested in clearing a room like this. With one bomb.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit surprised he didn't try and just clear that room out.
I think he's going to keep that
wall.
one bomb for Vanilla 9 spot so he can make sure he can know what's there.
Yeah, I'm going to clear this screen, hope to get a health drop on the red Octorok so he knows where he's at. Unfortunately, didn't get one. But there's Moblin still on the next screen, so got another chance at bombs, and he gets it. So he may go back now, and that would give him a chance to get back there should he find Flute a lot easier than he would otherwise have. So he'd have to walk.
I always feel like when you have 6 hearts and you come to a Takening, it's kind of a tough decision on the heart versus medicine. But with a seed with a lot of money, as long as you find the note, you should be good. CD. Shoot the sword at the guy because he won't give up the power bracelet.
Fryteeth bombing all around this one. Just found out that you can't get anywhere in any of those 3 directions, so probably going to use all his bombs in this room to the right, and then I would probably back up and get the bomb upgrade at that point, personally, but we'll see what he decides.
I like the plan.
You could, in theory, skip that south bomb wall since we know it's not blocked by the old man, and just use it on the north and east, but +5, and you're getting that bomb upgrade anyway, so it doesn't really mean anything in the end.
Nice bomb by Fry with the Dig Dogger.
Yeah, there's one room above the bomb upgrade. And the bow is right there. How convenient.
Hi, Bill.
Now all we need is the boomerang and the staircase, and chat can go wild.
Yep.
But we're not going to find out.
A lot of misspellings of Fred.
So we know the ladder's not in there. Rick's last to the sword, but not by a significant margin. I think only a few minutes over CD and maybe 5 or 6 over Fryteeth, so it has not cost him that much time.
Yeah, 18, 19, and 22 are sword times, so... And I think Rick actually got more overworld exploration done, so he already knows a lot of stuff too, so... Even with time without the sword was still well used.
It's funny how much stock runners put into that. I know last night, for example, on a race, it was like Vanilla 3 had the wood sword, and you started one screen away from Vanilla start, and all the runners skipped that cave for the first 20 minutes because Wizrobes existed, and all felt like they were behind when they finally got there. And in reality, nobody was behind because nobody wanted to do that.
Yeah, it's peculiar how that works sometimes. And, sometimes the most important thing you do is just finding out what's in the overworld. You might get the white sword item while you do that. You might find a couple levels you're going to want to explore as soon as you get a sword. Kind of lets you know what order you're going to do things, and you can actually pick it.
CD gets manhandled, which is unfortunate because it would have given her the map if she had managed to hit the manhandle more in the center, and would have gotten her a chance at her bow, although she still would have had to have a bomb left.
Oh, 3. I did not catch where Rick was when he did that.
The power bracelet spot, I believe, in the grave, so that tells us that our overworld block is potentially taken care of at this point, although certainly we haven't seen level 4 yet, so that could be another one. And that room's a nope.
Oops, sorry about that. That means that 3, 6, and 9 are on consecutive screens there in the grave.
That it does. Let's see if there's a way to the west here for Rick. Looks like we're gonna kill one of the land wolves out and get the key, because it'll clear this other one in the room if you take out one and leave and come back in.
Probably still being consistent with the key purchases. I think that's the third one I've seen him buy.
Yeah, with all the money, if you feel comfortable with your combat, you might as well keep on buying the keys, because that'll get you through more dungeon blocks that have keys in them at least.
For sure.
CD back in 1 with 4 bombs. That bomb upgrade's still on the table. I know that she's probably considering the bomb upgrade as the second most important thing behind the blue ring, but she may have to if Manhandle doesn't play nice again. Nope, we got it.
Really nice clip there by Rick to save himself with the land mola.
Yep. And now that Fryteeth found his bow out of 1, he has gone ahead and grabbed the wood arrows, which is a fair play since you now have combat to your advantage if you have arrows for that bow. So CD now with bow in hand and potentially having seen the ladder block in 1 knows that there's no more work to be done there for now.
Most people are seeing it, but much like Rick earlier, saving globals, Fry did a good thing there by buying the arrows and then going back to a cave he already knew had money in it, just in case it was a big secret.
Well, Rick is going to go ahead and take the boomerang out of level 3. Fairly reasonable play. Red Candle is a ranged weapon, but it's not really that useful when it comes to stunning things or picking up items on the floor from the enemies that drop them.
Fry took another death up there in the Lost Hills area.
Looks like we found our old man in level 3, blocking the way south there. So Rick is ladder blocked out of the entire bottom half of this level 3 at this point, between the old man and the double moat. CD with bow making the same exact play Fryteeth made, and that's to get wood arrows, so that's 2 runners now with bow and arrow, just Rick is without it. Don't think Rick's going to take too long to get back into level 1, though. I think that's a play that you got to make sooner rather than later. And with the block of the southern half of this level 3, I don't blame him for leaving as well.
I agree with you. Diminishing returns for digging further in.
Looks like Fryteeth is going to be on the way to Western Death Mountain with the 6 bombs. That'll be just enough to kind of get through all that.
So, what have we not seen so far? 4?
Just 4.
Okay. Oh, I guess I should pay attention to what our tracker's already doing on the side there. Thank you, tracker. Kairos.
Yep, Kairos is putting together the true hero of Hyrule, for us so that we can see what dungeons are left on the board. Fortunately, CD is just short of the money now to get that. Oh, she didn't burn the key on this room. Well, this is going to be unfortunate. Yeah, she's just short of the bomb upgrade, which now that she's bought arrows and she's miles away from the blue ring, make a little bit of sense. But I guess she did save her key, which is always good.
Good
Means
job,
that she
CD.
can go burn it somewhere else.
Yep.
In this case, she will have to go ahead and use it again later, potentially, so she has to consider saving the key for level 1's return visit for the Triforce and potentially another item. But Rick has found, I believe, the first Triforce out of all the runners at almost 30 minutes.
One thing for CD is, if she wanted that bomb upgrade, she could have just played the money-making game at start. I'm being a bit of a broken record here, but it's a helpful little thing when you get that as start screen.
Yeah, at least have to check and see what the values are on it. There's certainly a couple of scenarios where the money-making game is almost worthless, but...
Yep. Yep.
We're going to take one of, what, 3 staircases in level 5s. Find out that this one leads to the non-one-off, so maybe we have a chance in here.
Ooh.
Bit of a scary room here.
Did you say arrows?
A little surprised Rick didn't knock out the rest of this staircase, because this would have been the 3rd staircase. He could have sorted out where it went. I'd laugh if it was right here. It's a nice bomb placement there. It takes care of one of the Zols, well, semi-permanently. Yep, free trip back. Very nice game. I approve. Alright, if I've done my math and this pushes, this should be the item in 5. But it doesn't push, of course.
Gonna be on the other side.
It's either the other side here or it's still down in the south, and that's apparently where we gotta go. We don't need that compass anymore.
Wow,
CD
Fry.
is...
Yeah. That was
Yeah, Fry was done there. CD may have found something in 7 here. No, just a transport.
These levels are not playing nice today.
It's Lionel Pole's voice, which is a recipe for annoyance, even with the bow and arrow, although the clock is certainly helpful.
That's a good thing there. Map for CD.
Yeah, for those just joining, the seed really hasn't been that awful. It's just kind of unfortunate routing of the sword has led the runners to take a little bit of time getting around.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow start kind of seed.
It looks like CD took that transport this time around. Took a death, but at least has the knowledge of where it goes. So she could choose to route a different direction now if she so desires. Although it might have been forced upon her, I really wasn't paying close enough attention to know for sure. Rick is having fun with the troll dongo. It's a common thing that happens, and we find level 4 is in West Death Mountain, so that's it for dungeons. Power Bracelet was all that was required.
Death Mountain and the Grave have come up big. 3, 4, 6, and 9. And 2 is up on East Death Mountain.
I have no idea how Fry Teeth avoided that Lionel beam. It looked like it had gotten him, but he's safe for now. Up an
He
A,
needs to
take
buy a new
health.
hat.
Well, leave your bombs or rupees. Quite the interesting value to pick for the game, but we'll take it. Alright. Do we have a segmented forward? No, we have a recorder that's going to make it easy to get back towards level 9 if we can get one of the Triforces out of the adjacent dungeons.
Yeah, that's really nice because now you don't have to order your dungeons in a particular way because of it.
Rick finds the any key in 5, though. That's a nice find for dungeon digging. He's no longer going to have to prioritize using his bombs to get around key doors. He can now just go straight through any key door and not care.
That is one of my favorite non-seed finishing important items. I don't know how to word that appropriately, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it looks like there's not much to do in this level 4. We have a pretty instant Chevy block, I think. I don't know they tested... Yeah, I don't know if he tested the west wall at start or where that exactly was, but he only has 1 bomb left and 2 spots left to check up here, so he's kind of in a rough spot as far as his bombs go. CD is in level 3, which is where we know the boomerang is. I'm gonna guess that Fryteeth saves and then flutes back for that last spot, maybe? I don't know if Fryteeth has seen all the dungeons yet. It's quite possible.
Yeah. I don't think he's seen 2. I think only Rick has seen 2.
And I think Rick was resource blocked as opposed to a hard ladder block or anything like that. I want to say he could have bombed down in the Triforce room and maybe beyond that or something. Yep, there's the retry for Fryteeth since he saved earlier. Don't care to waste your resources on a money-making game up there when you have a casino right at your start screen.
Fry's about to find 2. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, he got the bomb right on the frame that made it sound like it was item pickup, and then died promptly. One of those quirky glitches, the sound glitches, that I always find amusing. Especially when I'm a commentator, not the runner, dying to it.
That's right. A lot easier from our perspective.
Now, where Rick's gonna gain a lot of time as key doors, where he's gonna lose the time is in Pole's voice combat, since he's not gotten back around to level 1.
There's 2.
We had quite a lengthy conversation about the decisions to dig some of the bigger dungeons in some of Rick's earlier races, as he felt like he was having a hard time coming to terms with how he was kind of doing poorly at the start of the tournament. Some of it had to do with just bad luck and just unfortunate routing, but some of it had to do with kind of digging the larger dungeons early as opposed to going back to 1, 2, or 3 when he had the opportunities to do so. In this case, he's gone to level 3 and it's just ladder blocked, I think. But it's interesting to see him in 7 so early in this one, given that he still hasn't gone back. We know we can only get the bow out of level 1, but I don't think we have enough knowledge level 2 from any of the runners to say that it's blocked.
Yeah, and he knows 1 has that bomb upgrade too, so... Or also...
Kind of interesting that all the runners are clearing this room at level 2. This is something that I would have just outright avoided, given it doesn't have a drop. Just hope that it wasn't segmented until I found a map.
I would have been in the same boat until I couldn't move any further.
It ends up it's working out for him, and for all we know, we could have another segment stair here and have a really funky looking level 2 in the end. Not today.
Rick has found the Triforce. Is he gonna linger? Maybe hit 1 or 2 more rooms. Rewarded with a heart, though.
Now, one thing I haven't tracked so far is where the magical sword was for this, but Rick is potentially in range for it now. I doubt he makes a play unless it's really convenient. We're getting told South Forest by our tracker Kairos.
Weak. Dark nuts here.
Looks like Rick may have had enough of this level 7 for now.
I don't blame him.
I think there's a chance it's ladder blocked, but I can't confirm 100% on that. Jake Cooper kind of seeing the same thing there. It looks like Rick's going to decide that it is potentially ladder blocked and move on, though.
Yeah, 7 or 6, I don't mind just bailing after you get a Triforce, unless you only have a few rooms left.
Yeah, it just depends on whose position we're in. Fry Teeth, it's bail out of just about any dungeon that you can find a free Triforce in, hope to get lucky and find what you need on the way to future Triforces you can go after.
Yeah. There are also multiple dungeons are right next to any roads, and any road is right at start, so...
Yeah, transporting around the overworld is not too big of an obstacle early. Rick is going to find the bomb hole in this level 1, then back up and get his bomb upgrade to go to 13 before entering the next room and seeing that the bombs are plenty worth it.
Fry is right up against it again. Whoa! Good fight.
Unfortunately, Rick gets a bit trolled by the manhandle there, but in the end still has enough bombs to find his way around. He should probably think, yeah, he's going to see this room to the left. Unfortunately, Fry Teeth takes the Gliok Death again. Easily the item, or easily the dungeon boss that gives me the worst trouble. It's basically why I gave up on vanilla Zelda 1 no up A runs, is because level 4 it always ended.
Nice. I've never done vanilla as a speedrun.
Definitely gives you a lot of good practice with kind of understanding movement of enemies and kind of spawn patterns that you can get. I've seen a lot of runners use manipulation runs these days. But overall, I just don't have the patience to play the same game over and over again and die in the same Gliok room.
I'm right there with you.
Unsurprisingly, Rick also buys wood arrows, so everybody has the bow now as a combat item. I'm guessing we're blocked out of this item in 2 for now.
I think we're ladder blocked. Well, it could the blue dark nut room early.
Yeah, that blue dark nut room, I would put a decent amount of my money down, as Mags is not 10, that it's the map room.
I think what I would do if I were Fry is maybe after you clear these out, reset, and see if you can't get in there with a bunch of bombs and just blow it the heck up.
Yeah, if that's the strategy Fryteeth goes with, I would definitely go ahead and just save and flute back up and try it and see what happens, and then retry if it's just a map after you kind of sort out what rooms exist. Because retrying the map is not that big a deal. You can map it out, the rooms, or at least know which rooms exist at that point. Say, okay, I'm definitely ladder blocked, or okay, I'm not ladder blocked.
Rick's giving first real look at 8.
I'm wondering if we were kind of locked up by this Goma.
Honestly, I didn't pay much attention to it the first go round, so.
Yeah. I should pay attention, but by myself sometimes not paying good enough attention. This is a bad room. Yep, that's a death.
That's not good.
Well, the good news is you can come in from this side as well, I believe. Or maybe I'm wrong. No, this is the Goma, so that was just us not paying attention to the shutter door being the room we came in from. So Fryteeth's definitely missing the dungeon, given he's still doing overworld checks. As you noted, it's probably up there at the Armos, or the push block spot. Rick tried to grab the heart container and up an A. Gliok said no, try again.
You know, with the situation we're in, where all 3 runners have a chance to move on, I kind of wonder, 45 minutes in, the most Triforce anybody has is only 2. If we get into, like, I gotta get into 9 as quickly as possible, behavior.
Yep, 11's no good. It's a tough call, right? Because at this point, you know that you basically know what your opponents are going to finish at. I mean, you can guesstimate Fryteeth is probably a good runner, 75 minutes, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more in given seeds. Adirondack Rick probably only a couple minutes behind, and CD and probably only 5 minutes behind that. So you don't want to do anything super crazy to kind of push yourself in a position where you're going to lose out a lot of time, but at the same time, you've got to make a couple of different calls. So do you then dig maybe a 7 when you otherwise wouldn't and hope it's the item, or do you go to 9 and gamble? It's really a tough metagame to kind of play out, so I almost would say I would default to whatever works for me or whatever my normal strategy is, just go with it.
I'm with you on that. Just kind of trust yourself.
Now, I talk a big game like that and then watch me change it all up versus Slack because I'm scared of him.
100%. Yeah. Get in the moment, get in the heat of it.
Just gotta metagame your opponent if he's listening, make sure he thinks you're doing something, do the opposite. I do think it's just keep to your game and kind of play that out.
Yeah, for those in chat, Crimson Avix did a good job setting us up with everybody's names with their point total going into this game. First place is worth 4, second place is worth 3, third place is worth 2 points. So you can figure out the data from there in terms of how people can finish in what spot.
Yeah, things to note are Fryteeth is reasonably safe in this. It would require a first from CD and a last from him for it to even kind of come into play. And from there, I think it's like a 35-minute difference of time, so he'd have to be beaten by Rick by like almost 15 minutes to have Rick's time difference be better than his, and then also lose by 35 minutes or more to CD, so it's a lot of things have to go wrong for him, whereas Rick is safe if he just finishes first, or give or take 20 minutes or less behind CD Improv. CD's probably the one that needs the most help from the other runners, is even with a fairly good performance in the siege, she still needs some time differences to go her way, and I can kind of break that down if we get to that point.
Really nice job by Rick with bomb usage to 10 spot there. Smooth work. Got quick kills. He's had a lot of bomb counting things that he's done or globals in this seed so far, so pretty impressive. Always like to see it.
Yeah, a potion by Rick now. I think he's trying to get through this Patra room, and it's just caused him some problems. Beamos Patra, especially expanding Beamos Patra, is no fun. It's probably going to cost both potions for me most of the time.
It's a nasty one.
Yeah, it's no fun. It looks like it's at least rolled normal HP, and I think probably slightly above on the Patrobes.
Yeah, there's not even one of them are down yet. It's crazy.
Yep. You almost gotta take fireballs in this situation. You're gonna get fireballed in the door, so you gotta get out of there. It's never gonna help him.
He's gonna get hurt, yeah. This thing's just being so nasty.
I gotta think that there's another dungeon left to do if this route's blocked. It may end up being required, but it definitely hasn't worked out for him this time. The money loss is not a big deal, given his current rupee standing. I think if it ends up being required, I would resort to your strategy of the money-making game at that point, to go for the blue ring. At that point, with that room and wood sword, blue ring obviously is a much more important play to make.
Almost required in that ridiculousness, you know? It's just really tough.
Yeah, I think I could probably eke it out with 2 potions, wood sword, and 11 hearts if I went in there with full health the first time around, but even I would struggle to do much better if I didn't have a lot more health.
Looks like everybody's saying, let's do level 8.
Yeah, we'll see if that Patra is absolutely required, as Rick seems to think it is. Well, actually below that Patra is a Chevy room with the Goma, so if you're trying to go west into that bottom segment, you do have to go through that. Looks like Rick is going to go back into level 6. I didn't see enough to definitively say this dungeon was blocked by anything, so there's a good chance that this dungeon could still pay off for him.
Question in chat. Yeah, the wood sword was candle blocked. We had a red candle Armos item.
So can we bomb to the right of this old man? No. So it's completely segmented, and that segment stair is going to be beyond the Patra, is what we've learned across all the runners. We've also learned that red Wizro beams hurt.
I like how, yeah, this is just a crazy scene.
I think what Rick is hoping is this 6 is not a worthless dungeon to dig. He's hoping... I don't know if he's hoping for a ladder or if he's hoping for the red ring. I would think one of those two is probably high on the priority list given the Patra room. I guess you could potentially get through the Goma Chevy room if it bombs over there.
Putts, both CD and Rick did. They both took a candle early in the take any. It took them a while to find Death Armos had the red candle.
So I'm guessing Fryteeth is hoping for this to be a Triforce room.
Yeah, some sort of drop.
Got the heart container out of here. A compass drop would be okay. It would tell us what room to clear for the Triforce. A key for Fryteeth is not the worst find. He does not have the any key, so 5 keys is helpful. So I think with that, we're off to try our luck in this awful room of sadness.
Good luck.
Yeah, I would be all about the fireballs in this one. It's kind of rough still, but it's... Anytime we see the expansion going, I would rather just take a whole bunch of half-heart bops and have to run around after getting bopped in whatever direction.
One thing we can see here is that Fry actually... Oh, he does have a note. Okay, I thought it disappeared entirely.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to beat this Patra, though, this time around at least.
No, this is just a nasty one. He did get one of them down. We made an improvement there. Yeah, Fry knows that room's required. Probably thinking about that Mags right now. He won't be able to get it, but he's thinking about it.
Yeah, with it only 3 screens away, there's no blame at all for going after it.
You can hear snoring in the background on my mic. That's a puppy on the couch daydreaming.
Yeah, the doggo just knows that it's going to be a little while for this Patra fight.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
CD going into this diamond staircase. We know it's just the transport, but it does take care of some information. Seems like there are about 1 billion key doors in this level 6 to go through. So if this level 6 houses something quite useful, it's going to be potentially difficult for Fryteeth to get to it. It is the white sword, so this will help with that Patra some.
That's good.
I think the red ring was higher value as far as combating the Patra, but the white sword will make it quicker on the Patrobes, and if you get the right Patrobe on the first go-around, in theory you could have a much easier fight, as even with the fireballs you're going to have a better time of getting away with your iframes. Right, he's going to dig this level 5, mostly because the enemy set's a lot easier to cope with than the level 8 setup.
He gonna go ahead and get his Triforce out of here. Don't blame him with 1 heart.
Yep, he's also figured out what's in the room above him. Looks like Rick is going to make sure that this level 2 is officially ladder blocked. I would think with the white sword and a potion in hand that makes this room doable, although you're just going to reset if that happens to you.
Kind of wonder if Fry won't do a little bit of extra digging in here. Maybe looking for a heart.
Answer the question in chat. The seed is not terrible, but there is at least a number of blocks going on. One of them being a Patrick Bemos room combat block, and the rest of it just being conventional blocks. We're not looking at the absolute dumpster fire of a combat seed at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a seed that leads you to slow progression.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rick got stuck in that north door in that room, and with Dark Nuts, they'll kind of swarm you. I think the best bet, even though it feels really slow and awful, is to go ahead and block clip onto one of the blocks of the room. Take one or two of them out, leave the room, and then you're not dealing with 6 all the time.
I agree with you.
The other option is probably to go ahead and burn some bombs, since bomb drops aren't that terrible in the overworld, given the overworld set. Does look like the blue Dark Nuts are 8 HP, so it's just 4 hits with the white sword. That fairy's going to help if you get to it.
Yeah, comment chat is exactly right. Once there's like a break-free item, like a ladder or something, I think the seed's gonna go really, really fast.
Yeah, the interesting bit, I think, will be... Oh, we have a room up here that we haven't checked? No. I think what's going to be interesting is if we hit that ladder in a smaller dungeon, what are the chances runners start skipping some of the larger dungeons outstanding for items to hope the silvers are a 9? That's where we could see a runner get a lead to the ladder, but not necessarily get a lead to the win.
Yeah, that's a really good observation.
Alright, so these were all open doors in here, so it's looking fairly likely like the ladder block does exist. CD gets her white sword.
Hearted Adirondack Rick.
I would say the chances of him checking mags before going back to 8 are pretty high, given again it's 3 screens.
That is exactly what I'm thinking.
I don't think he picked up anything there. Nope, nothing. So, hard ladder blocked. Go ahead and get the Triforce and get out of here for now. If we get the flute... Well, I guess he has not checked the room, perhaps north of here. But I would think that, given it was a shutter door, that Fried Teeth has probably already cleared this. Interesting that Fried Teeth decided he wanted to save his money and lose a bomb.
I was thinking the same thing.
I can see some merit to it. You get +5 bombs, and you're really looking for an ability to buy more potions since you're kind of combat blocked in that patch room. I would think if we find the ladder before finding silvers and we start Triforce and going, if you at least have the recorder for certain, you would dip back into this level 2. Not exactly sure what Rick is doing here. Maybe he skipped one room. Yeah, this reverse C doesn't have a great chance to drop in level 2, but it still can, I believe.
Yeah, as we're an hour in the seed now, I would say that the big deal here is Rick's got 7's Triforce, but everybody has basically got the same things. CD's a little bit behind, hasn't found 4 yet, neither has Rick. It's just kind of it's a back and forth at this stage.
I feel like if you wanted to kind of put someone at the advantage, I think right now it might be Rick, just because of the white sword and kind of having a Triforce lead over CD. And that would kind of be the worst case scenario from a viewer standpoint, just because it would kind of defeat all the tiebreaker scenarios. But
yeah,
I'm definitely just down for a good race into 9 at this point. I don't really mind who wins.
Yeah, that's the fun part is if we have some value in 9.
It doesn't take much of a 9 to really mess with it too. I mean, certainly get the trolley one from game 2 or even the game 1. As Rick unfortunately gets boomeranged to death before finding 4.
Now it's CD's turn to waste her time in 2, except for maybe get the Triforce.
Yep, we'll see. Rick's going to find level 4. Then it's going to be ladder blocked out of 1 and 3. So if we're hard ladder blocked in 7, then we're Patra locked out of the ladder in 8. It's kind of how this is playing out. So we're ladder blocked out of the Triforce in 3. We're ladder blocked out of the second item in the Triforce in 1. We're potentially ladder blocked in 7 already, though we didn't have a map pulled up on the mini-map long enough for me to know if all the rooms were checked, nor did we see all the bomb walls checked.
Starting to think that maybe you have to take the staircase in 6 in order to get the white sword. Am I wrong?
Certainly plausible. Although it felt like it didn't take you that far, so it'd be a really interesting segment situation.
Yeah, it was...
With 6 being really together, but also segmented by bomb walls not opening.
Definitely looks odd right now.
Rick's about to get his recorder, and then shortly thereafter we'll find out the bad news that there's not much else to be done here.
Yeah, so basically Fry's gonna do what Rick did earlier. Rick just did what Fry did earlier. We got ourselves a little how do you do going on. CD's put up a good fight there in that too, but that's a rough room. There's a white sword for Fry. I think at some point everybody's got to realize that 8's going to be the linchpin of this seed. I can just feel it. Rick is the first one to head back. Fry will go next. Probably gonna get a refill and then do the thing.
Keep checking mags.
Yeah.
Continuous disappointment.
We had a pretty good hunch that's exactly what was going to happen. Nobody decided to... Well, I don't know if I've seen a blue ring shop. Or at least I didn't recognize it if we did. Nobody decided to save up money and double it with blue ring and white sword. White sword will definitely give him a better chance of making it through that room, though.
Yep. Rick knows he's got to go this way, I think. I don't know if he's got a bunch of potions right now. Yes, he does.
Yep. I think they both did it. There he goes. That's good damage right there. Really great job of walking through while he softened one up.
At this point, even with it not expanding, I'd almost just take the potion just so you don't accidentally walk into him. Fireball and walk into away from hurt, but gets through without using one, so props to him.
Now it's Fry's turn. Ooh, refill.
Goma guarding a reverse C. I feel like it's equally likely to be a transport to the northeast.
What a fun seed.
more Gomas. Not that it matters much at this point.
What I am glad about is all of our runners basically, nobody had to like go without a really key item for the seed for a long period of time. Smart move by Fry. There's no reason not to use up your potions at this point. You're 2 screens away from being able to buy them again.
Nice bomb drop there for Rick. Keeps him moving. Looks like everything's in the northeast with the Triforce, so I would expect all the runners at this point with that setup to go ahead and explore the entire northeast, as that looks to be roughly 16 rooms that are separated. Maybe 17.
A Goma's whatever you say it is. Whatever creature.
And that's not the right path, as it's a Patra block and a nope. So Rick's gonna have to walk it back.
My goodness. Trolley, trolley, trolley. Not quite Uncle Buck's moly, moly, moly. Yeah, Coper in chat, I'm in 100% agreement with him. With as nasty as this 8 has been, I'm not leaving without everything. Give me the Triforce, both items. You work too hard not to get everything now.
I would be fairly amused if it was, like, Raft and, like, Magic Boomerang in here, because that would point to 7 as being Trolley as well.
I think 7's ladder blocked. I think you're gonna get the ladder out of here.
We think it's ladder block, but I still don't know that we've confirmed that.
That's fair. I didn't really think about that.
That's why it would be amusing to me personally, because I think the runners consider it ladder block, but again, we didn't have a ton of resources when we were in there before for either of the 2 runners that had looked at it. Well, red ring.
Of course the red ring would be in this dungeon behind that Patra room. Rick's face tanking everything now. I'm sure all the runners are feeling insanely far behind right now.
It's a difficult meta to call on that one too, because it's a Patra block in a bad room. So you'd have to think, as a runner, that your opponents are not likely to want to clear that early either. Alright, this room looks pretty promising for Rick. We may have our second item now. Womp womp.
Of course it's not.
And you gotta go through the chute to get to the one room left. Unless you go back all the way around.
Yeah. This is like a 30 room 8 or 29 room 8, and it's like you're gonna have to hit all the rooms.
Perhaps it's the Skoma. Oh man, oh Rick.
No. Yeah, this is something important.
It's the book! Haha!
Yeah,
I got my wish.
It is 100% your wish. That's probably telling you where to go in 7 now. And I do not blame Rick for diving right back in. Good call on his part.
That has made my day. Go to bed happy.
You know, Andy has to clear that Goma again in order to get over there.
Yeah, that's just a pain, though. That's not big.
It's just one more pill to take.
Do we... I guess you can go up here. Might be a chance to bomb up. Whew, safe.
Alright. Time to go to 7.
Yep. Well, Fryteeth never had the map in here to begin with, so he's going to take his book back here, look at his map, realize, nope, I'm still ladder blocked, and leave for 7 probably.
Sounds about right.
You know, now I would feel more behind than I would have if ladder was at 8 if I were a runner.
Correct.
Because we're looking at a potential missed bomb wall in 7, which feels a lot worse than being combat blocked behind something that's really going to mess with other runners too.
It's a really great point.
Unfortunately, CD has just not kind of gone through the process of elimination to go back to 7 or to level 8 for that matter, so it's...
No, this has really not been her scene.
It's going to be rough to get back in this. Again, as you said, I haven't seen the Blue Ring Shop either. I think in theory it's plausible if it's the right items to be on a weird spot as a rare shop. So the bomb wall is likely in the Sinistry room. I think that's what we were theorizing. Yep. Which is in a way a bit combat blocked. You have to have enough health to actually power through it with green tunic if you don't get the red ring.
And now Fry and Rick are basically on the same level again.
Yeah, I give the ever so slight edge to Rick, but it's all dependent on how fast he can get through the rooms that he has to lead in here. It's a very, very, very small lead. I believe this has to be the ladder now, does it not?
It has to be, yeah.
So there we go. Out we go. Here's, I guess you go to 1 first,
100%.
but I could also see a world in which you just go to 2.
I would just go to 1 because you still need the Triforce. You end up with silver arrows on the floor in 1, or in the staircase in 1. You don't ever go back to 2.
Gonna go with Raft being in 1 as the second item.
Why not? And that's how you get the blue ring.
We'd be very close to process of elimination from that point if we got anything other than Raft. Actually, no, Raft is on the coast. What am I thinking? I'm stupid. Man.
Oh, I actually forgot all about that, yeah. I was going right along with you.
I didn't even see chat going off at me when I realized my mistake. Oof.
You guys call a race out on the fly. Nah, you're all right. Thank you for keeping us in check.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their personal trackers. I didn't even look at the center column.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Alright, so nowhere close to process of elimination yet. We need the items at least this dungeon and probably 2 to get there.
Fry's about to get their ladder. And away we go.
I'm not sure if that last enemy was saved there, Rick, but it's not a big
I
deal. It's
was
just souls.
Kinda wondered.
Oh, hey, a Patra again. What did you know? And it's a heart container.
Rick's thinking mags now. He's like, might as well take it.
Yeah, it was a very solid ladder clip, or not ladder, block clip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not the easiest of rooms. I tend to hate the Goma rooms more. I always seem to get nabbed by them.
So where are we going? We're going to go into 2 here, or are we just using it for location? We're going into 2. I do not blame Rick at all.
I don't either. I like it.
You have every single big dungeon's items in full. Don't sit here and skip 2 and go to 9 on the 66% chance when you only have 4 rooms left that you haven't seen.
Exactly right.
Although I'm being... I guess it's worthwhile. Never mind.
I'm with you. I would not go into... At this stage, with the craziness that's happened, I would not go into 9 with the possibility I have to come back into 9 again. Just wouldn't do it.
We're going to get vanilla in here. Oh, 50-50 shot the next room. Fry Teeth, of course, going to make the same play.
I feel strongly our runners have done a really nice job of just making good logical decisions this whole race. Don't blame them for anything.
Alright. Moment of truth. What do the gels guard? Vohio.
Ooh. Wand and Silver Arrow in 9. Now it's time to play cleanup on the Triforces.
And Rick's playing the perfect sprite to say grumble grumble. Interesting tidbit, this level 4, we're blocked out of the Triforce and a heart container. If you run into it along the way and you're Rick, you get to 14. Given that you can flute to level 8 to pick up your mags, and then flute to either one of the 2 dungeons near level 9 to get back there, I think it's an obvious choice.
Yeah. Yeah. More
It's
than
about
likely.
It's a 45-second play to give yourself potential increased combat when you have Patras and Wizrobes in dungeons being rude in a lot of these rooms.
Just with how stupid combat's been this entire seed, and it always seems to be like in a pinning location, combat, I wouldn't blame anybody for doing it. I did skip a white sword on the coast in a seed this tournament, but I could not blame somebody for not wanting to skip mags. I would not go get mags if it was 50-50. I would just get the 9. It is
Now
one
with white,
yeah.
yeah, with white sword without a guarantee, I wouldn't bother again. But if you had the guarantee, then you're basically saying I'm going to spend X amount of minutes over getting the free magical sword. And while I enjoy having kind of a tougher combat scene because it makes it more interesting. But if it's a tournament, I'm not going to sit there and be headstrong over the freebie I get.
Yep. Yep, I'm 100% with you on that. Good luck, CD.
Well, rooting for her this time. Get caught up.
Oh, no.
Oh, she cycled away from the potion, unfortunately.
Yeah. Fry's got to be careful now.
So 100% chance.
Yeah, he's gonna go pick it up. I believe it.
If you didn't have easy access to this from level 8, then you definitely say no. This is a flute to 4 currently, I think. Nope, this is a flute to 3. So he's just noping it.
He's just good, yeah. Don't blame him. Don't blame him if he did. Don't blame him if he don't.
Oh wait, he's got to go to 3 still as well. So
yeah, but he could actually... Yeah, it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get combat blocked on 14 hearts with Wand and White Sword in here, so it's not that big a deal yet, but I think you're right. This leans towards Rick not even bothering with it, which I think is a little bit interesting. It's not a terrible play, but it's... If you go into 9 and it feels real rough in there, it's going to feel bad.
Yeah, if he was going to get it, he should have got it before 3, right? Like... You might as well have it for both dungeons instead of just one.
What would be really funny is if Fry Teeth proved us wrong and went and checked at 13. Now CD's making a play into level 7, which could be quite helpful, because it could get you around that block that you have in there.
It is interesting, right?
Not surprising at this point that Rick's just going to walk over to 9.
Yep. Kind of already made his decision, right?
Now the question is if you walk in, the first 3 rooms all have blue whiz robes, and you get bodied, does it change your mind?
I wouldn't blame him if it did.
Let's see, Vire set. This is not what I remember the whiz robe set being. Maybe Darknut set?
I think you're right.
No, there's 50-50. It's Darknut or Lionel set, I think.
So this is basically the reverse of what we had last seed, where Fry was the first one into 9. Had time with exploration and all that good stuff, and then Rick got to play catch-up.
Yep, Jake Cooper making a good point that if you had Magical Sword for these Vires, you could go ahead and kill them for bombs. It will be the same impact if we find the wand in here, so that could be a saving grace. all the bombs. 3 bombs and a clock, so that's what, 6, 8, 1, and 3 all hit. And there's the silvers immediately, so no trolley silvers.
And now he can use silvers just like as if it was mags on the buyers.
Worth noting that if Rick happens to take this silvers lead into eventual seed, nope, it's a Wizrobe set. But if he ends up taking the win here, then you don't feel so bad if you're in CD shoes getting trolled by the seed because you would have needed a little bit of help from
Save those bombs.
Fry Teeth.
Yeah, Red Ring, you're good.
Ladder for
CD
seed.
getting the ladder. Not happy with it.
More Wizrobes. He's going to spend a bomb here. I think that was mostly to kind of give a check towards whether or not that shutter door might pop later.
Yep.
Also could get a route around the Wizrobes and never have to clear that. Gibdos in here is a nice thing to see given that we can't kill the Vires as easily for bombs. So you got Gibdos, red Wizrobe, and you can bomb a Vire to potentially get a bomb.
I think Fry is now in the silvers room.
Yep. So it's a few minutes difference between the two, getting both into 9 and getting the silvers. Fryteeth's going to have to get some sort of route divergence going to really get a lead back on Rick. He doesn't know that, obviously, but we know that he's a little bit behind on this, so it's going to take a death from Rick, running out of bombs for Rick, or just a difference in routing. At this point, the death seems the least likely of the scenarios.
Rick is going to need to be a little bit more conscious on conservation of goods at this point. Only 2 bombs left. But maybe that's all he needed.
Yep, here is Zelda. So we're looking for 7 or 8 hits, depending. It is easily the worst room in the game to fight Ganon, but we got the first hit, which is the all-important one.
Yeah, that's a miserable slog right here. And he got it. Good job, Rick.
So we're going to have a freebie Zelda, or is it going to be a little difficult to get Zelda's location? Or in this case, Ganon's location.
If anything, it's gonna suck.
I don't know if Fryteeth cleared that blue Wizrobe room back a ways away. Nope, doesn't matter.
Hi.
Freebie.
Just like that. Make it easy. And Fry's about to do the same thing here. As long as, oh, no he isn't. Unless he goes up.
Yeah. Well, Fryteeth, if he's seen this finish, is has a bit of a relief, I would think, if he knows what scenario he's in.
Yeah, he's thinking, you know, the only one that could win that would scare him off would be CD. We're gonna get Rick in here shortly.
Yep, getting all of the non-PG things taken care of before he jumps into the booth and talks to us. Now with that, I think we have Rick in the booth. GG's on the victory and the advancement into the next round.
Thank you very much.
Do you have some son of a monkeys to get out on the Patra?
Not just that, but the level 7 ladder, too. I think there's about 83,000 of them at that point.
And we could talk about that Y-Force, I suppose, in 8 as well. That probably was not the happiest time for Rick.
Talk about that coming up here in just a moment.
Fry gets it down. If he goes left, it's done.
Well, he's right there, why not?
Yeah, it's done. It's done. GG, Fry.
Alright, yeah, so that level 8 Y-Force, I should have been prepared for that fireball hit into it, because I knew at that point in time there's only just a few rooms that the final item of level 8 could be, but I didn't want it to go through that. But yeah, I was very, very unhappy with that Patra in 8.
And speaking of people that are unhappy with the Patra in 8, I believe Fryteeth has now joined us. GG's on the second place and the advancement.
Thanks.
GG, Fry.
GG. That was a deed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, when I found the ladder in level 7, when I came down to the ladder had to be in 7 or else I mismarked something in one of my other levels, I felt I was in trouble against you, and the only saving grace I felt I had against CD at that point was that the red ring was buried in that combat heavy 8.
Yeah, when I found that ladder, I felt the exact same way about you. Yeah.
You all were within a couple minutes of each other. I mean, genuinely, like the entire seed. There, you guys might have had a path divergence where one of you went to 4 and one of you went to 2, but the reality was, I think Fry, you took a couple deaths in the Lost Hills. That kind of set you back a little bit early, but other than that, you guys were just like moving in sync with one another pretty much the whole seed.
Yeah, it didn't help that the blue ring was the rare shop on one of the raft spots.
Oh, you never even saw it. I was starting to think it was up on Death Mountain, the northwest corner. Level 4 is my last level found.
My last one was level 2, but after I found that, just with all the struggles I was having, I said, you know what, I'd like a blue ring, and I went and tried to dig it out, and it was nowhere to be found.
I love how so many levels in this seed was ladder blocked. 1 was, 2 was, 3 was, and 4 was. You could get one item out of 1, you could get one item out of 4, but or you could get the item out of 4 and not the item out of 3, but my goodness.
And you had to get the double dip of 1 was required because you had to get past the Patra in 8 who was guarding this Goma blocked staircase.
One wasn't a double dip because 7 was where the ladder was.
Oh, that's right. I originally thought the ladder was in 8.
So did I. And that's why I stormed back there with the red potion and ready to just absolutely annihilate that Patra. Just the sad thing was 12 hearts wasn't enough to wield that magical sword.
I wasted 2 potions on that Patra because the lag in that room got me off a couple times, and
that's what got me too in the first go around. It's like, oh my goodness, this lag is just absolutely destroying any sense of timing I could have, and down goes 1 potion. Okay, let me see. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, dead. All right, well, fine.
Yeah, we were. It was, as viewers, we got to enjoy the torture here today, but it was. You guys held up pretty good. I will say, throughout, you guys made some really solid decisions. Fry, you were buying up keys like mad early. Pretty smart. And Rick, we noticed you doing a lot of global work on bombs, 10 spotting, just as like a casual thing as you were moving along. It was pretty good.
Much appreciated, and this was definitely a challenge, and like I said, I didn't know where I was against Fryteeth, but I felt like I was behind with that ladder in 7, because if you choose to go through that Gleeok bomb wall there and just tank him, alright, this seed opens up for you immediately fast. Like, you saw how fast I was able to get Triforces once after I got that ladder, and that ladder was, what, maybe only 30 minutes ago now?
Yeah, it was. In chat, a lot of the discussion was basically whenever the ladder's going to be found, the seed's going to get done quick. And it was true. That just completely opened you guys up to just getting things done.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, for sure.
We just won't talk about my combat in that seed. We'll pretend
Yeah.
that part never happened.
Yeah, my combat wasn't necessarily something to write home about in this one, and I do definitely admit that there were certain spots where I took bad stats. There's only so many times you can take a Wizrobe beam to the face before you realize, yeah, that start of the dungeon looks really, really fantastic.
Well, how about that room in 8 if you came in from the top? You know, every time I came in, Wizrobe firing at you from the left, Wallmaster to the right.
You're talking about that reverse C one, right?
I think it was a Triforce room.
Okay, that may have been what it was, but yeah, there was that one of those rooms where I went in and I saw the beams coming up behind me. I'm like, nope, we're doing it up and A. I don't have time for the death animation.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. We got a kick out of that too. CD's trying to finish up 4 without the items out of 8.
I guess the one good thing I can say is for the first seed in our pre-race series, I did not go in every room in 9.
That's very true.
Yeah, this 9 felt good to me, but it was more out of... I was actually thinking that room that was above the Wizrobes, you came out of that staircase next door to the Silver Arrows. I was under the assumption that that was going to be Zelda right there, so that was going to be my first inclination if either of the doors next to Ganon didn't have her, and then all of a sudden, oh, there she is, right next door.
Yeah, I had that room marked for exactly the same thing.
Yeah, especially since the room that was over on the right-hand side, you couldn't bomb over into it, so it just absolutely further enhanced my feeling about that room.
Yeah, well, now you and me get to do it again.
Yes,
3
we
more
do.
races.
Another 3 great races against Homer J. Smash and Breasticle. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, but how about that? Just because I just see it here on CD's stream here. How about those potion prizes? Max Red Potion.
Yeah. Don't buy Coke this seed.
Minimum blue, but youch.
Yeah, well, at least with the blue ring unavailable, I mean, you could buy as many potions as you wanted in this seed. There was lots of money.
Especially at 25 a pop.
Yeah. And with the money-making game on the start screen.
I didn't even think about that. I forgot about all of that mechanic right there. I mean, the rupees definitely weren't in short supply, so I didn't have to worry about that. But that's a good one to remember for next time.
Yeah, I might have talked about that a few times. Maybe too many times. I think Fury was tired of listening to me about it, but yeah.
It was only about 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
Well, you had to talk about something other than me dying repeatedly.
Or me dying repeatedly.
I don't know if you can get through this seed without dying repeatedly. I don't know if anybody can. That was a tough one.
Yeah, Krim is now on my list.
We spent a lot of time talking about 7 potentially having the ladder and 8 having troll items. So that was a fun time when it came true.
Yeah, Fury was definitely rooting for your torture.
Yeah, by the way, when I saw that book, I'm like, my exact expression was, wait, what? Whoa, what?
Yeah, it suddenly goes from, well, this is combat locked, so I don't feel terrible about getting the ladder out of here, to, oh crap, I may have forgotten something in 7 that was a lot easier than this.
Well, when I went to get that book, I was so confident that that was the ladder. I think I had already marked the ladder on my tracker in 8.
I bet. I bet. That was absolutely going through my mind. It said I'm about ready to pick up this ladder. Oh, what? Red ring? Well, at least that was behind not only the bow in 1, but also heavy combat with a nice little Wizrobe dungeon filled with also Patras.
Yeah, at least the white sword helped in there.
Oh, yeah. But I'm definitely looking forward to doing this again with you next couple of weeks here, Fried Teeth against Breasticle and Homer J Smash. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, too.
Torture Smash for me. You gotta beat him up real good.
What you gotta do is you just gotta give him rooms like this.
Yep.
Keep saying, the bane of Homer J Smash is headstrong into combat rooms he's not able to quite get through.
Well, sure, just put a red ring in someplace he's not going to get, and I'll be perfectly fine.
CD, with the potion prices for Pepsi, the seed is just going to burn one on this Patra just to make sure we get through it.
Yeah, that Patra almost got me as well. I was, I think, on 1 heart on this Patra.
You were, and that was an impressive fight.
Yeah, I was down to low health against this Patra, if I remember correctly, too. Which in that case was with Red Ring in Arsenal, but it was what it was still.
So CD goes north first, she'll run into the 13th heart. That was a slight discussion. Chat was all about the mags checks, but at 14 hearts for you, Rick, we thought maybe you'd flew to 8 and take the 40 or so seconds to pull that off.
At that point in time, I just knew I had to get to 9. I've let too much sun in this time bleed. Like I said, I was under the assumption that Fried Teeth was going to get that ladder out of 7 a lot sooner than I did. I thought I was going to be the last one to the ladder in this seed.
And I would have found that ladder, except I found 7 without sword, so I didn't bother to clear that Dodongo room, and then I marked that 7 was ladder block because it was 1 room north, and then I never came back.
I found 7 as well without the sword, and at that point I'm like, nope, this is not a level for me to be digging. The only ones I wanted to dig without the sword in hand was 1 and 2, and then 2 happened, and then 1 happened.
Yeah, with Red Candle, if the enemy set is not, Wizropes and Dark Nuts, I'll dig anything with Red Candle.
And it seemed like every dungeon was Wizropes or Dark Nuts.
Pretty much.
Another question for Fried Teeth. When you saw Rick finish, was it more of frustration that you didn't finish first in the seed, or was it relief because mathematically it puts you in a situation where you had secured your spot in the next round?
I wasn't surprised to see him finished. I thought he was going to finish 10 minutes earlier. But I wasn't really all that worried, because I think even in the worst case scenario, I think to be eliminated, I think the only way that would have happened is I think CD had to win, and I had to be third, and she had to be at least 35 minutes ahead of me.
Yep, 34-46 was the margin, so the scenario with Rick winning means that there was no way for her to catch you anymore.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a little bit of relief, but I was already in 9 at that point, so I knew 9 wasn't going to take me 35 minutes.
And just thinking about that too, that was kind of my mindset as I was going through the late game was, okay, Fried Teeth, if he won this race, all I need to do is either get myself ahead of CD or just make sure that she's not too far ahead of me is the major concern at that point.
It's a bit of a rough go here for CD on this Patra. Hit the one that settles the Patra down from expanding, so you have to take it out with 3 hearts on the last 2 Patros.
Give her a lot of credit for this Patra fight, though.
Good one. job.
It's going to be unfortunate because she's going to eventually find this compass, I'm sure, and she'll know exactly where she has to go. There's the other bomb upgrade.
You know, that was exactly what I was thinking. I was hoping to have something to do with my rupees at the end, but game said no.
Well, no longer going to require the compass even to know what room she'll have to clear, I think, after this one.
Yep, going to that.
And there's the bad news that the Gleeok is guarding the room with the Triforce. Let's see. While we're waiting for her to get back over there, we do have a fun race tomorrow as well, fairly early in the afternoon. I think we have two, in fact. Yep, at 2 o'clock it'll be Jam, JSR, Niminva, and Eat My Steel going at it. So that should be an exciting matchup. And then Game 3, I think in the Slidic Bunky, the Alan Heffley matchup is a little bit later on in the afternoon. So
Yeah, that one's at 5 o'clock. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that Jam JSR series plays out, because that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
yeah, I'm just interested to see where he's at in his game, because I know he does a lot of the marathons over on his channel, and I'm not sure if he's really grinding away at it. It sounds like he's played some Seeds recently to kind of get back in the groove. But JSR is no slouch, obviously, and then if you watch the series between Niminva, Eat My Steel, and Zugman, that was a struggle bus of a fight with some of the trolling nines and such, but they were very close, those two, in terms of their time, so should not be an easy group to get out of for any of the four. Beyond that, doesn't look like too much is on the schedule just yet. We're hitting that point between Group Stage 1 and Group Stage 2, but it looks like my co-commentator Sighttown's going to have his group going at it there.
Yeah, we got Monday night, and then the following Monday we'll have a double header. It looks like we haven't all confirmed yet, but it's looking that way.
Yeah, CD is just thrown in the towel for this one, and you can't blame her for this one.
Yep, not at all. She never had the luxury of having the red ring or anything like that, so no blame there.
Yeah, if the tracker wants to go ahead and hit the button and get her in here.
Okay, so that was the thing.
Welcome aboard, CD. GG.
Hi guys, that was I think Krim is never going to even make it on the Christmas cookie list.
I can understand you for that one, especially given the fact that where things turned out to be in this seed.
Yeah, it's okay. You know what? I had actually, for me, a pretty good tournament run. I made it a lot farther than I ever did in the random percent tournament, so I'm happy. We're good. I never have to play that seed again. We are perfectly okay with this.
Yeah, Red Ring turned out to be buried in that combat heavy 8.
Yeah, I was leaving 8 till last. I figured that's probably where it was. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I found 2 boomerangs. I found the bow really early. That part was really nice. But yeah, I'm more than ready to be done. I actually checked at like 1:30, and I looked at the race room and I went, they're not done? How are they not done? Okay. And then the death to that death in level 4 to the manhandle, I was like, no, I'm done. I've been up since 6. I've been working all day. We're done. It's okay,
Yeah,
but GG's everybody.
Yeah, I would say this, that level 8, I would say probably cost collectively 6 or 7 red potions worth of shenanigans across everybody, so it was not a fun time for anyone, and then was even less fun when both Brighteeth and Rick found out that the ladder was not in there. I think they both had assumed as much.
See, I should have gone back to 7 earlier. I was like, oh, well, I gotta go find everything else, and I might as well go find everything else. And then because I was expecting the ladder to be in like the last dungeon I found, because I know I wrong ordered stuff. But like, yeah, I don't think I even ever saw the blue ring. So I'm betting it was on the Raft Islands or underneath Recorder Lake.
Yeah,
It
Fried
was on a
Teeth.
raft spot. Sorry.
It's okay. I was gonna check it, but by then I didn't have any money left.
Yeah, it was on a raft spot because I wanted it, and
Mm.
so I checked every other overworld spot that was left.
Yeah, I didn't have enough money, and I would have had to play money making game for like forever and a day. So I just, we're done.
I will say honestly, playing the money-making game forever would be a whole lot better than trying to deal with that Patra that gave us bad memories of that level 7's Patra in game 1.
I don't even remember back that far, to be honest. I don't even usually rewatch any of my races. I don't, I'm like, all right, I'm done. It's over. I had fun. We're done.
Well, at least the kitty's having fun.
Yes, she's a little mad at me that I have now put down the controller and I am not paying attention to her. So, that's a thing. But I had this is actually my Tuesday night. So I just wanted to pop in and say GG's to you guys. This was a blast, and good luck moving on. I love that Bai is now totaled the true hero of Hyrule.
Yeah, I know.
That is awesome. And I did a lot better. Random percent tournament, I was out in 4 games. This one I've at least won a couple. So yeah, we're good. And I was competitive in a couple of more. Though I feel a little sad. BT's wanted a rematch, but I should just totally talk him into doing comms with me one day.
You've done well. I can honestly say you've done well in a lot of the races that I've gotten at least a chance to watch you through the tournament. So it's been a blast having you here.
Yeah, it's all right. There's always next year. I mean, I used to be a Red Sox fan. So
Well, there's always the commentary booth.
Well, that too, but and I can now play other things too. Oh, this is good. But yeah. Anyway, I gotta get going. Thank you guys for doing comms. Thanks for the races. Thank you for the tracking. I don't even know who it was today. But yeah, thank you guys very much and have a good night.
Yep.
You too, CD.
Pyro's behind the scenes, pushing all the buttons for that seed, including the last forfeit one that got a bit trolly on him. Fun times. But yeah, with that, I think, unless there's any other things we want to talk about, we spent a lot of time with the Patra and the 7 troll with the ladder. I don't know. It's one of those where early game you just kind of have to watch it back and see what happened. Nobody was really behind to the wood sword, even though I'm sure everybody felt like they may not have right ordered to it.
It's kind of hard to do that when the red candle kind of dictates extra spots you gotta check to find that wood sword.
Yep. Me and Saitan at one point were both looking at Potion Shop and Death Mountain. We would have both been sorry out of luck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With that, once again, GG's to all three of you. It was a very entertaining series. Lots of different things happening in each of the seeds that present kind of different, unique challenges. So fun to see all three of you kind of go through the gauntlet, and congratulations to Rick and Fryteeth for moving on to the next round.
Thank you very much, and of course, thank you to both of you for doing the commentary on this one.
GG,
same.
fellas.
Yeah, thanks for the comms and I'm not sure who was tracking, but thanks to them as well.
Gyros!
Heroes. Yeah, thanks for tracking and looking forward to the next round.
Scytown, it was a blast. We got to watch some exciting action here, some good trolls. My favorite being the magic boomerang in 2 after the redig down.
It was a good time, my friend. You
Yeah,
have yourself a good evening.
Yep, we'll do it again sometime. But for now, thanks to SpeedGaming for putting this on the air. Thanks to the runners for putting a good race on. Thanks to Kiros for tracking. Thanks to my co-commentator. We'll see you tomorrow for more Zelda 1 Randomizer action. Otherwise, stay tuned to some of the other channels who have action going on tonight.
Peace.